On social media, you might have noticed a lot of people holding a microphone like this. And there is actually a good reason why they do this. And this is something you might actually need. So this is the Rode Wireless Pro. It is the Pro version of the wireless microphones from Rode. And I want this video to be recorded with this microphone so that you can hear how it sounds straight from the camera, as it is right now connected to my Sony a7 IV, which is recording in front of me, and this microphone is sending the signal to it. You see, half of the video is actually the sound. Depending on how good the video sounds and how good you can hear the person, that could actually affect how people are gonna watch your content. In a way, if you have really bad audio, people are not gonna watch it. From my own experience doing travel videos and having a microphone that didn't really do well in windy situations, there would be a lot of different cutouts during our talking. And because of that, I would get actual comments about the audio being not as good as it could possibly be. In a way, it's really important for your audio to be really good in the video. And just a little disclaimer, this kit was actually sent out to me by Rode, but they have no say in this video as they don't even know that I'm making this video. Essentially, they did send it out to me, but they did not ask for any kind of videos about it, and they know that I work with their microphones and also the headset for video editing, and they wanted to send out a kit like this. Essentially, they don't even know that I'm making this video, but I thought, you know what, it's gonna be a great video to talk about a wireless microphone that you might have seen so many times online in recent history. So maybe this is something you were looking for, and maybe this video can show you what this kind of microphone actually does, how it works, and how good it can actually be. This is basically a tiny box like this with the microphone on the top and the audio jack and a button here, and this is pretty much the whole microphone. And just for your information, I actually put a white shirt on just so they can see where it is at all times. But if you were to put on a black shirt, this would really nicely hide in the setup. But I wanted to make it as clear as possible so that you know where it is at all times. But before we go into specs of what this actually does, let's go over what you have in the box when you get the Rode Wireless Pro. You'll find a USB-C to USB-C cable and two boxes filled with different accessories and microphones. So let's go over the first case, which has the receiver and the transmitters. So when you open it up, you will find that there is, well, you're only gonna find one microphone here, because in the set you get three things. You get one receiver, which is right now on the top of my Sony a7 IV, receiving the signal from the microphone that is on my shirt, and then the second microphone is in the box, so that you have the recording straight in your footage. What is really cool about this case is not only is it really nice, it's really nicely made in terms of like the build material, but also it is not only a case to just store them, it actually has USB-Cs on the bottom. There's two reasons why it has them. First off, there's actually a USB-C on the back of the case, which means you can plug it in and recharge two microphones and the receiver, meaning everything can be charged from within. You don't have to unplug everything and charge separately. All you have to do is put them in the case into the USB spots and then plug this case into a power outlet. Thanks to this, you have everything charged and ready to go. Also, because there is a USB-C, if you wanted to update this, and we're gonna go over the software in a second, but if you want to do any updates to the system, well, all you have to do is plug it in on the back again and to your computer, and then go to the Rode app. There you can actually update all of them straight from the case. That is really cool and just makes everything just much easier and simpler. And for the second case, it is actually for the accessories. So for example, you have the USB to USB-C, you have USB to Lightning, you also have the little magnets and the holders for it. What these are is, if you wanted to have it on your shirt, but not like the way I have it, maybe you want to have it just by the magnet, this is it. You just have to put the little plastic and magnetic piece on your microphone, just have the shirt between this magnet. There's also a microfiber cloth and also different microphones and the dead cats for your microphone. And as for the dead cats, all you have to do is find the microphone and twist on the little dead cat. Now, even if there was wind, there should be no clipping of the audio, it should be clear. So that is how it sounds with it on the top. You also have that for the separate microphones. Just so you understand what I'm talking about, in the box you get actually a second microphone. This is a separate microphone that you can plug into the transmitter Essentially, I could plug it in here and then have just this under my shirt and have it somewhere here. The way you see it on TV. You can use this little microphone or you can use it the way a lot of people use, which is this way. Now you're not gonna see it, but I'm gonna put it on the arm of my normal microphone. So hopefully you're still gonna be able to hear me. And now it's actually a little bit down, so essentially just underneath my hand here on the arm of my microphone. So let's see how that sounds now. But now let's go over the specs, which are the most important part about this microphone and why this is the pro version of it. First off, and most importantly, 32-bit float. If you don't know what that is, essentially this saves you from clipping the audio. Normally when you have a microphone like this, if I was to yell or talk a little bit too loud, maybe into the microphone a little bit stronger than the gain was set to, you would have the clipping. But if I was to talk silently and then very loudly, either A, you would not hear the silent part, or the second part where I start to yell or talk loudly would be cut off because it would be clipping. Now, I can actually speak really lightly and then talk really loudly and not have a problem with the audio clipping. Which makes this a pro microphone, because if the audio is not set correctly, normally you would not be able to fix it in post. If it's clipped, it's done. And because it's a 32-bit float audio, you can be sure that all the audio is actually recorded in a way that you can fix it in post in case you need to play around it. Maybe it's too silent or maybe it's too loud. You can play around it without too much distortion, and also because of that, you're not gonna clip the audio as you would do with normal microphone recording. This is one of the most important features of this mic for me personally. I love that I can just plug it in and start recording and not have to worry if my audio is clipping or it's not. Another really cool thing about this microphone, I could actually go much farther or closer to the camera. There's actually a 260-meter wireless connection from the microphone to the receiver on the camera. Another great feature of this microphone is you can connect it to all of your devices. Because there's a USB-C on it, also an audio jack on it, and there's also a wireless connection to the receiver, essentially you can use it with all of your devices. Thanks to this, you can essentially connect it to any device that you have. iOS and Android phones and tablets, and also PC and Mac devices. Another great feature is the intelligent gain assist. What else this microphone has is a 32 gigabytes of storage per microphone, meaning that even if I was not actually sending the sound to the receiver on the camera, maybe I just wanted to record just the sound from this, or maybe I'm a little bit farther and I cannot send the signal. Whatever the case might be, this has built-in 32 gigabytes of storage for your voice recording. And that is for each of the microphones. And like I mentioned before, there is an app for it. It is called Rode Central, and from here you can actually access the built-in storage of the devices. You can see what's on there, you can play around with the sound recordings, and also you can update all of the devices, so both the receiver and the transmitters from that application. They made it super easy to update everything, super easy to make sure everything is working correctly, and on the app you can actually even select what kind of camera you're using, and that is going to be a preset for the microphones, but also they show you what are the best settings for your camera. So for me, the Sony a7 IV, what I should turn to make this sound the best possible. With that being said, that's gonna be the end of today's video. I hope you guys learned something new today. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video once again, and I'll see you next time.